What's up, you venomous army? My name is Venomous Lord, and I'm here today to bring you with a new series called Behind the Boss Monster. And this is a series where we talk about some of the greatest overpowered Yu-Gi-Oh monsters that don't get play in a lot of decks. For example, there's always that one time you're at a locals or regionals or even, YCS, and you prepared yourself completely for like any meta deck that you could go up against. And I believe Simo might have covered this later or earlier a few days ago on his channel about how you have to be prepared and study against any different deck. And this monster does see play, but not in a lot of decks. You just got to know that he exists, and here's why you need to be worried about him. Now we're going to go with a lockdown theme today, and this monster has his own deck, but it's very, very, very rarely played. So without further ado, let me just show you what it is. We are going to talk about Archlord Kristya. A little focus there. Alright. Archlord Kristya is just, your generic level 8 monster. He's got 2800 attack, and he has 2300 defense. His summoning condition is kind of funny, because if you can normal summon him, or like Monster Reborn him, not that big of a deal. But his summoning condition is, for special summon, if you want to special summon from your hand, all you got to do is have 4 fairy type monsters in your graveyard. Now they can be light fairies, dark fairies, wind fairies, it doesn't matter, they're just fairies. As long as you have 4 fairy type monsters in the graveyard, including maybe even 2 of him, you can special summon them from your hand for free. And when you do, you return one of those fairies from your graveyard to your hand. Now, here's where he gets to be the difficult one. While he's on the field, neither player can special summon. Why that's a problem? You can't access your extra deck, and it sucks. Because if you're playing, like, for example, Ice Barriers for like the 6 people that do play it, your Crystal Wing, your Starlight, even if you're running into a Naturia deck, where, beast type monsters nowadays usually heavily rely on the extra deck, and it's kind of difficult to get around Archlord Kristya, because he's stronger than about 90% of beasts that get in play nowadays. But if you can't special summon, and this isn't just from the extra deck, you can't pull from the graveyard, from your hand, nothing. So this monster usually puts a stop to like an Ultimate Conductor Tyranno if somebody can't deal with him. An Ultimate Conductor Tyranno is one of the most well-known boss monsters of the game right now, and he's really, really bad to deal with. This even shuts down the FDK OTK combos with your Lilurust fusions and your Utopic Zexal, and I absolutely cannot stand the play on those cards right now, which is why I have chosen to show off Archlord Kristya for this profile. Archlord Kristya is also he's also a good rewind, because not only do you get the special summon off of him, you put a fairy back in your hand, and let's say you haven't normal summoned yet. Let's say you have Power Angel Valkyria you want to return to your hand if you're playing counter fairies. Special summon him, set her, and let's say somebody Raigekis. Alright, somebody Raigekis and clears your whole field, or Dark Hole, or anything. Sends him to the graveyard, and her. Instead of going to the graveyard, he'll go back to the top of your deck if you want him to, so you can use him again later. And now that you have the 4th fairy back in the graveyard, boom, there he is again. And all you have to do is feed off of your draw spells. Then again, it does take away your draw step, but it really benefits you in the long run when trying to shut down your opponent. Because I can't think of a whole lot of monsters that you can just normal summon that have 2800 or more attack. He's hard to deal with. And a lot of people tech this card in with like a Denko Sekka, just trying to shut down your spell trap zones, or even Naturia Beast. If somebody wants to make a Beast Fairy hybrid, this card is just really good. And a lot of tech cards that can come with it You know, your Royal Decree, shut down trap cards where somebody can't solemn strike him. You could play the Herald of Perfection decks, where you will have not only fairies in your graveyard like all the time, but you'll have negate effects that'll hold you off long enough to go without him. And then you can have him in like Light Swarms as a small card if you want to play Honest in your Light Swarms. And, you know, just make him battle heavy. He even works well in counter fairies, because counter fairies don't go to the graveyard very often due to the effect that they replenish themselves and run strictly off of counter trap cards, which are almost unstoppable. Yeah, but that's it for this Behind the Boss monster. If you have any ideas of a monster you want me to profile so I can give you some more information on him, please feel free to label it down in the comments below. And don't forget to smash, crumble, and crush that like button. Let's see if we can get 100 likes on this video, which isn't a lot. You guys can do it. I know you can. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and join the Venomous Army. And hit that little notification bell right next to the subscribe button so you'll be able to see my content when it happens. And once again, I want to thank you all for watching this video. And I hope you all just have fun and maybe take this card into one of your decks.